All right, welcome to another episode of Gaming Podcast, reacting to the Xbox Showcase 2024.
Hell yeah.
Like, I don't know where to start. Where do we start?
There was so many
Where do
games.
we start? No, absolutely.
Yeah.
There was so many great things out there. I guess top of the show, what did it start off with? What do you think?
I mean,
I'm
literally
typing
from
the list.
like from the very beginning to have like Doom plus Oblivion.
Yes.
Like
What
that
a
looked
start.
that looked so damn good.
Doom looks absolutely nuts. I know there was rumors of it going back to Dark Age as well, but everything that I saw from like the mech warrior suit that he goes in and suit,
And the freaking the dragon.
Shields now.
I mean, a little Pals of Dragoon, a little S type of thing right there.
I just love, like, I mean, Doom has always been so heavy metal.
Yeah.
And I love, like, they never, ever hold back. He's got a sick cape. His armor looks crazy. His shield is a chainsaw. They never hold back. It's no half measures.
I did not even think that they would do like an Elder Scrolls like setting. I was like, yeah, sure, Dark Ages, medieval, whatever. But I'm like, of course they would. It's Bethesda. The two combined worlds, so it might as well make sense.
I've always kind of teetered on that gothic. Even Eternal, it was like, hey, we're in space, but it's very gothic. We're in castles. We're going through like medieval portals. Now they're like leaning so hard into it. Oh my goodness.
We left hell and went into Oblivion.
Nice. This is Army of Darkness. But for Doom.
exactly.
It's just they clearly, like, started the show off with a bang. Like, great start.
Great way to start the show. I guess we could go next to South of Midnight as well.
Biggest surprise of the show.
Yeah.
Biggest surprise. Because when we got the reveal trailer, I think was it last year when we got just like the CG sort of trailer?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not really sure what's going on here.
Sure.
I can't really grasp this, right?
It had a cool vibe, but you didn't know what it was going to be.
Interesting art style and all that. But then now that we got gameplay and everything, I'm so in.
We got Montreal-based studio. Huge shout out to Canada.
Shout out to the Canadians. Shout out to our Canadians.
Obviously, we had to do that as well.
Great animation style. I love the fact that it's like stop motion a little bit, like a little Wes Anderson vibe in there as well.
Even just the whole fluke, because she was jumping and gliding across and like running
And
up.
that's the thing too, right? Like, this wasn't all style. Like, this definitely had some really engaging looking gameplay. And I love too the concept that there's like these crazy monsters, and you're kind of liberating them and turning them into this like beautiful garden.
There's also some
Really
good like
interesting ideas.
comedy dynamic with the frog and with them as
Yes,
well. Yeah, some good like.
It has a great.
Very
A little never-ending story vibe in there, you know? Like, hey, Atreyu's gonna get sucked into that mud. We're all gonna cry collectively.
There was that's one thing with this show. There was so many games. Like, what is next on the list here? Like,
Fable. That was the one I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
I wanted to see them not only like nail the tone, which I think that they've demonstrated. Playground games coming out and showing like conceptual gameplay. The fact that they're leaning into the hero again, which was missing in some of the previous entries.
Right.
I think they really have something solid on their hands.
what did you think of the gameplay? Because there were some like cinematics, and then I saw them like,
Some
is
gameplay,
this actually? Because it's another Hellblade situation. Like, is this real? Like, is another situation?
I do think I need like at least like a minute of just the flow.
Yes.
There was too many like, here's a snippet, we're gonna cut away to a cinematic
Yeah,
now, you know?
that's
like,
it, yeah.
I wanna see
A HUD. I want to see the ability screen. I want to see how you're actually going from using a sword to magic to archery. Those are the three main components of a Fable game. Let's bring those back in, and I want to see what Playground Games' interpretation of all that is.
What about your like? Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was saying like I think even like some of the smaller, what will be seen as like indie titles, like we got Mixtape, and then like
awesome.
that was, and
I
then
feel like that game's gonna make me cry. Like, I don't know
totally,
why.
100%. I am like, I think we're all like, you know, we're kids of the '80s, so it's like that is like that really kind of hits, and that soundtrack is gonna look great if it's gonna have all those artists.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Mickey Poppy's back.
Joy Division.
Joy
Like, come
Division,
on, man. No, man, it was that was great, and then that I guess it was like the shooter of the game, the frag something.
Was it Frag Punk or Frag?
Frag Punk, Frag, that's it.
Yeah,
Frag
yeah.
Punk, yeah.
That
You're
with the
shooter,
you can break the
with the
rules.
cards.
That
that
looked
looked
amazing.
Between that and Marvel Rivals, like NetEase is
Right?
joining the game.
Wait, that's
crazy.
crazy.
It is NetEase.
Well, I didn't know that, but yeah, that's really cool.
Well, at the
saw the
bottom,
logo at the bottom,
And,
I saw this person. He's like, "All right, big head mode now." I'm like, "What? That was really cool."
The
Yeah,
cards is interesting.
Yeah, I like that.
Should
absolutely.
be a fun dynamic. I mean, for me, like, we're gonna get to it, so we'll talk we'll talk about when we do.
Absolutely.
You already know what my favorite part of the show
We
was.
know.
Go
like,
ahead.
okay, should we just okay?
We don't have an order.
Gears, man.
Gears, E-Day.
Listen, I'm going into the showcase and I'm hyping everybody up. Gears 6. I'm waiting for it. Honestly, it wasn't that, but I couldn't be happier. Gears E-Day, going back to the prequel time when we got younger Marcus, younger Dom. Dom is back. That's all I need. I need that friendship, that partnership. I'm so excited to see their camaraderie again.
And I think it's like about time because it's. I think for folks that they've heard about Gears or they're maybe interested, this might be that
Great
entry for them.
Great entry, definitely.
And can also stand as a standalone product, right? It doesn't have to be, we're setting up more entries. This is E-Day. This is a moment in the Gears of War.
And we're going back to the Locust, just like all grassroots for Gears, which is I think what we kind of been wanting for a little while. Because Gears was suffering sort of the same thing as Halo, where we were just innovating a little too much and trying too many new things. So I think just going back to the basics, what everybody loves about Gears, I'm really excited. We didn't get a release window or anything.
No.
Just
a date and everything.
Okay, which is fine. I mean,
I'm cool with that.
I think there are a couple of cool things about that trailer is that one, we're seeing like a young Marcus Phoenix who clearly in that trailer doesn't
struggling.
He's
He's not the
struggling.
badass
He's
that
in the
he
corner,
becomes.
you
Exactly.
know, grabbing that TV and just smash.
TV.
I was kind of scared for a second because I was like, wait, are they gonna reveal that they're gonna kill Marcus in this trailer? And I'm like, is this what's gonna happen?
I had that feeling too.
And then I was, because he was struggling with that, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So we're getting a younger, not really experienced Marcus.
Really
it's gonna be cool.
And the cherry on top was as the trailer is closing, they bring in the Mad World reprise.
Oh my God! Hearing the piano, they hint at it with like a cue or two through the trailer. I was gonna cry, man.
I love that song is now synonymous with Gears, and they use that perfectly.
I literally put
Like before the showcase, I was like, we all need to respect and understand how masterful that first trailer for Gears of
It's
War
one of
was.
the greatest video game trailers of all time.
That with the Halo,
Halo 3? Yeah.
Man, that still gets me jerked to the tears. I was like,
right now I'm thinking about it.
I know, I'm the same.
But okay, we also got Metal Gear Solid. We finally got an in-game look at that.
No date, though.
which is very surprising.
Steve's a little worried.
I mean, it's Konami.
It's Konami, and I'm very.
We did see gameplay this time around, which was interesting. And I think it kind of harkens
looks
back
like
to what it
Metal
looked
Gear.
like. It just looks great. But
The cinematics, all that stuff looks impeccable. I think they really went ahead and revamped everything Naked Snake looks great, but the moment it goes into gameplay, I'm like, I feel like we're still in the 360 era here. It's a little stiff.
But is that jankiness, is that the Metal Gear of it all? Is that how it's just supposed to be?
Part of me wants to say yes, but the other part of me wants to say no, because Phantom Pain, that was fluid, that was dynamic, that was open.
Right.
This feels like we're still in the Snake Eater era, which I'm not sold on.
But I think we can all agree to one thing we weren't expecting to see: Perfect Dark.
I hate to admit this. Camille was right. Camille was right. We all Camille. Although she's not here to gloat.
Because what we saw was great. Oh my! I didn't even expect us to see gameplay. I thought we were going to see a CG trailer, but no, seeing this as gameplay and the HUD and everything, I'm like, no date. So we still, we lost half a bet. We lost half a bet of not being out this year. I mean, they could.
You know what? There was all these rumors of it might be in some
trouble or something.
I think seeing it no release date, so maybe some of those rumors could be true. But from what we saw, it did look good.
It did look great.
If they just have the time to cook, if we just let them continue to work on it, hopefully by the time we do get an announcement of a release date, it'll be in a greater position. It'll be in a lot better of a state.
Also, go ahead. I was going to move on, but those who wanted to talk about more about.
To say the fact that we got to see the gameplay with HUD and stuff like that makes me feel like, hey, they're at least on the road to being able to show us we're way past the cinematic era of this game.
No, not just another CG trailer.
Exactly.
And it's basically what I like is that this is the modern version of what we want of Perfect Dark. But I thought also, I would say probably the most disturbing moment of the show, Diablo 4.
Dude, what the hell was that?
They put up a warning, there's
yes, they did,
and someone in the crowd was like, Yeah.
Exactly.
But I still don't think like when they put up that warning that anyone was prepared for how gruesome and messed up.
Like the splitting of her arm. And God.
Thank you.
I mean, you just think Blizzard always cooks when it comes to their cinematics. This one, I think they're like, oh, they skipped a few levels.
And for someone who's Diablo boy, I've been into season 4 of Diablo. I love it and everything. So knowing that the expansion is on the horizon, it's continuing the story from where we left off. That's amazing. But it's Sunday morning. It wasn't even noon by the time I'm seeing a woman mutilated in front of me.
It's the Lord's day. It's the Lord's. I must say, the best part though was like, you know, the person she was talking to in the trailer, and like I laughed the biggest laugh because like she's like, oh, maybe I will accept your help. And just the look she gave, seeing the guy with the thing with the arm, I was like, that's gonna be a meme.
Everyone was laughing in the theater at that point when you see like the boat. Although, correct my memory. The daughter and the mother, is that from one of the early missions of Diablo 4?
No, she's the protagonist of Diablo 4. She's the one you're with the entire time. She takes the soul stone. She leaves.
Right.
She goes on the lamb, and your character's essentially like.
So that is that mission where you're going down to try to be able to get talk to Lilith, and she talks to her mom.
Yes,
her mom is basically
this is continuing the
story. I was wondering if that was the case. Because I couldn't tell just based off of the facial.
Because you don't get a good look at her.
Exactly. So that's why. Okay, good. I love that. I love that.
Going after Mephisto. That's talking to her.
Yes.
I think one of the most beautiful shots is like almost like the Diablo Citadel. That's like and she's in the middle.
Yeah, the giant demon. Oh my god.
That was nuts.
Have a vision.
That sense of scale is so it's like terrifying.
But that is also a good way for someone who's not really in depth in this game to be like, I need to see what the hell is going on in this game. What's happening in this game right now?
I mean, there was so much too during the showcase that we haven't even talked about. Stalker 2, State of Decay 3,
Age of Mythology.
But what do we think about our boy Indy?
Yeah, you know what?
Still no exact date.
That really surprised
me.
Just
2024, so they're still committed to that, but
But you know what I like? I like that we got a new look. I was saying this before we went on recording.
Absolutely.
I love that, it's the Xbox showcase. You would think in your mind, we got to look at Indiana Jones already earlier this year. Maybe they're going to hold off on giving us anything new during the showcase. But it's like, no. This is the Xbox showcase. Here are all the games we got coming in the pipeline. We're not going to hold back on anything just because you saw it before.
It was almost kind of funny. It was like every time that they show like so and so presents, and they kept showing Bethesda. I was like, they put their whole ass into it. Every studio that they have was pretty much except for Arcane. The only one that was probably the only one. Starfield,
Shattered Space looks.
New content dropping now.
That's right.
Christian Kid as well.
It's just honestly, this is one of the best Xbox showcases we've gotten in a very, very long time.
Definitely agree.
The way I put it is that we're leading with 2024. We've got Avowed on the way. We've got Indiana Jones, Call of Duty. We're leading up into a narrative like, oh, we're setting up a great 2024. The rest of the showcase was like, oh, it's 2025. Here's the reason.
I was worried about that. They would only just show games this year, but 100%. We're seeing a lot of games coming out next year
For
too.
as much as I like when they do that, because everything we're about to see is going to be out the same year. I was ready to see what's next, man.
Exactly.
What's on the horizon? I don't even know when Gears is coming out, but I'm glad that I saw it. I'm glad that I saw it.
With all those 2025 dates, it's like, okay, we've reached Call of Duty. Everyone's going to go for Game Pass just to get into Call of Duty. Now this is the reason you're going to stay subscribed.
And that was the thing
that's the big one.
This is why you got Game Pass for a year from now. Start sucking off.
And the thing that Bill said that confirmed what day one meant was everything on the exact same day, no early access, whatever. I was like, that we needed to hear that, especially as COD fans. I think that was something that was great.
Well, let's talk about Call of Duty. I know you can't talk about it too much.
Nope, sadly, but I can talk a little bit.
You should talk about what you brought to the table.
Omni movement looks awesome.
Omni movement looks great.
They tried to give us just a little slice of everything, but the main focus was some of the new innovations that they had going into this Call of Duty. And a big part of that was the HUD, the customizable HUD.
Our boy.
Really, really
our
cool
boy
stuff.
Right
You gotta give a
here.
shout out to this guy right here.
Yeah, I can't.
Story on
I can't really. I mean, I can't take full credit.
Give us an exclusive.
Honestly, no. There was a lot of work that went into from Treyarch and Raven that really tried to be able to make this like they actually took a deep dive into COD and realized what works, what doesn't, and what needs to change, and what can stay the same, and what can we bring back.
Right.
And one of the things that was when we were brainstorming like 3 years ago, at least at Red Raven, was the idea of a dynamic HUD where you can be able to move the HUD, bits and pieces of the HUD around, and potentially even resize it as well. I don't know what's going to be fully in there because I was surprised by it because I didn't even know what was going to be worked on or what was going to be shown. So to be able to see that like as a cool beat in there. Not gonna lie, it was kind of a little bit emotional.
That's awesome.
So
And Omni movement, honestly, it felt like one of those things where it's like, damn, how did we not get this earlier?
Right?
But I'm so glad it's in the game now. I'm really excited to like try it out and see how it feels on the sticks.
I think you can sprint in any direction now.
Yeah, you can sprint in any direction. You can dive in any direction. Even proning now, you can like flip around in prone. Like,
Really many divers. Just diving only mode.
Another cool thing is even with accessibility, a lot of the assists that basically, as you said, basically allow you to climb over like different things and do that
That
for
was
you.
awesome. I love that part of the showcase too, where they were like, hey, like, we're trying to minimize the amount of buttons you're pressing.
Which is such a huge thing.
Save my controller.
That's the exact reason why I have the Elite and my exclusive Call of Duty controllers, because it's like you can customize the back.
100%.
I think omnidirection, I think the fact that you can have this like whole new set of movement is going to change the way that competitive multiplayer, especially Warzone.
It's going to change a lot of the dynamic and the meta of MP and potentially Warzone if they include that in there at some point.
They have to. That's the thing. They have to keep it in parity.
Yes.
Keep it simple. Keep it streamlined. I'm a little bummed out that they didn't talk about Warzone.
They teased it.
They teased it. I kind of wish she was like dragged away. Like they talk about. She's like,
so do you guys think that the Omni movement and all that's going to come to Warzone as well?
It has to.
I feel like Omni movement is just the next innovation for Call of Duty as a whole.
That's gonna be the standard for all FPS
going forward. Yes.
When we look at Call of Duty to see like what's gonna be next for all that standard.
And that's the thing is like I can't talk about obviously all of it, but I think that they were really trying to build it like streamline it so that it's not because it used to be that it was very fragmented depending on which studio was working on which, and there was features that were in one but not in the other. So they were really trying to build it, streamline it, and
100%.
basically make it like as the Call of Duty experience you want, and no matter which mode and which thing you like a lot. So.
Absolutely. Forgetting one thing, they just announced new consoles too. It's right over there. Right back there. You know,
got the all digital Series X now, which I mean, I was kind of bummed that it's just Series X.
It's just I'm like, what space are they saving or gaining by removing the disk drive? That was the only thing I was like, huh?
But you know, we were talking about this when we saw that they were going to be talking about tech and showing off some new. I think we were all kind of expecting maybe we get a look at handheld.
I was expecting
something.
I was kind of hoping for Phil in the background, starting to be like, did anyone see that?
I almost like, especially after like Sarah, he's just like walking behind her.
Oh, sorry. Whoops, sorry.
But it's okay. Honestly, like it was still a really, really top to bottom, amazing showcase. It's the best that I think Xbox has ever done for one of these.
Definitely like on a wild.
And honestly, like no offense to our boy Jeff, you know, our fellow Canadian, Keely, you're great. Summer Game Fest wasn't like it was agreeable that
it wasn't.
It didn't make enough of a pop.
That's it.
And I feel like this really saved the weekend for a lot of people here who wanted to feel that like that E3 void. They wanted the E3 void to be filled.
But also that like feeling good about Xbox. Like they had a very rough year.
Really needed this.
Yeah, they needed this as a win, and I think this is a win. And this is not even I know we're very fresh off it. It's like we're so excited, but I think even when we look back on it, when we get back home, I think we're really going to see like, I think this. Other than we'll see what Ubisoft is going to come tomorrow, but I think that that Xbox is really kind of solidified.
When the dust settles, they wanted this year.
Exactly.
When the dust settles.
That's the thing. I don't think that the dust will be settling after this. I think it still opens up a whole bunch of questions about what does this mean for studios? What does this mean for job security? Stuff like that.
Right.
And as far as content and as far as for us, the community, the players out there that want to invest into Game Pass, there's a very compelling reason too. I just hope that it can be done in a sustainable way, in a way that these studios can grow, can flourish and stick around for a while.
Especially with the climate of gaming right now, it's like we need job security, we need stability, we need developers to be treated fairly, and so that they can be able to deliver the games that they want to play and they want us to play, which is so super key. So
well said.
Well said. it's been a great day. That's all I gotta say.
That's
It's been a great day.
That's it. Game podcast in LA.
We're missing Camille because she had to go to another appointment. But you know the Canadian
But
crew
she
are hanging
is
her
wearing
down.
jeans, and she's
wearing
really enjoying
jeans.
it. Yeah, she's wearing jeans. You know, hey, she won her bet, so that's
She won her bet.
I know,
She
yeah.
won her bet.
One more.
Her and Riley won the
Another-
bet.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Well, half a bet. So do we give him a shot instead of a drink?
I think a shot.
Give her a sip.
Yeah.
No, we
Sip.
give them half a beer.
Half a beer.
Half a beer. Half a beer.
They get to split one beer.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love it. All right, we'll have more for you guys. Still a long day. Can't even talk anymore, but
I know.
stay tuned to the channel for some more. All right, take care, everyone. Bye bye.